Forgive me, guys. I have woke up to this news. Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, Atlanta, Georgia, November 15th. You know, that just shows you never know what the hell is going to go on in boxing. I mean, it's like, to me, the last I heard from Jake Paul, he was fighting Anthony Joshua. The last I heard from Gervonta Tank Davis, he was slapping his bitch up and going to jail. Or in jail. Or was finished. Or retired. Or something like that. Now we get Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Wow. You know, I'm kind of relieved that he's not fighting Joshua so Joshua can focus on the rest of his career. But it also shows you that Jake Paul is working his tentacles on all sides, which is not a bad thing because Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, if you really think about it, he is one of the biggest guys still left in America. You know, he wanted Canelo and then he, then talked about fighting Joshua and, all these are big names. And that is the biggest name that I think if you were going to pass everything else up or if everything else fell through, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Get Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring. So he had to offer him a shitload of money to take this on. And I will say this, Netflix, it's going to be aired on Netflix. It's going to be free. If you have the subscription. I mean, if you really have the subscription, not the shit with the zone and they're making us get all these bullshit fights and pay for $50 here and $60 here, there, and then tell us at the end of the year that, oh, well, hey guys, it's going to be free and we're going to, no, because I didn't pay $50 for the zone. I paid $75 and I had the zone. So it was some kind of package that they got you to select. So it was a lot more complicated than they made it seem. You know what I mean? So after a certain point, Netflix is now the new competitor with the zone. So it's Netflix and the zone. And I think the zone had to get their shit together and then had something like this. But I mean, that's a whole different issue. But saying all that to say this, it's on Netflix, people. So you don't have to worry about this or that. You just have to worry about, will it be worthy of viewing? Because we know what happened with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. It was an absolute shit fest when it came to actual quality of picture, of watching it, the actual film. So the streaming is an issue, maybe. But we'll find out in a couple of weeks because we have Terrence Crawford versus Canelo on Netflix. Now we have Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis on Netflix. These are things that are happening in the sport. Where, when, and how will they fight? Where will they fight at? I don't know. I don't know any of that because I'm like Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Isn't Davis like 140 or some shit like that or something? Where are they going to fight? Is it going to be like Floyd fighting Logan Paul? More than likely, because if Jake Paul tries to lose weight like that, he's going to get his ass ate alive. He'll be a dead man walking, but I think they will come up with something. But this is a money grab, no doubt about it. You guys tell me what you think about it. Gervonta Tank Davis, Jake Paul, Atlanta, Georgia, on the soil of Gervonta, because, of course, Gervonta, he's really big in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.